well, 5 lights, and we're underway, and, well, there goes the grid. And they're gone. Something has gone horribly wrong.
Up the inside of Hiker, nice move there. Hiker noticed him and gave the space.
And away we go, and it's a very good start from Rip It Up. Look at him, right down the middle. Vectro also getting away very well there. Sig up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he is. No, he's not.
Almost made contact.
Almost made contact there.
Get through. I think they've all got through.
Everyone has got through there. Rip It Up going a bit slowly on the inside there. Solid Salita losing the back end, but keeps it.
See, down the inside. That's going to be a easy move if he does get anywhere, but again, Furia breaks very late. Oh!
Here as these two battle away. Skulls going around the outside later on the breaks. Harry Butter taking the inside line. He's still there. Harry Butter's gone wide. Skull diving all over the place on the track. He's got to be careful of Boston Road. Boston Road's caught right up. Boston Road's going up the inside. Skull's just noticed him. They're side by side, almost.
He's looking around the outside into the last corner, into the clock curve. That's brave. That's very brave.
You think this one's Hector? Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, he tried that inside! And he got to move this time. He's alongside and trying and hurry and hurry and hurry and hurry. And he's trying to the outside. Is Ethan going to give him that? He's going to break late. Can Andre try a cutback? No, not yet. He'll be brave to go on the lead. Looking for the lead. Vectro takes the lead here, and now Red turning and hits him away. Does almost hit him.
I thought he was going to then, but he moved. I think he moved over.
The inside goes DJ. Does he make the move? No, he backs out of it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he definitely doesn't. Well, down the inside goes Mateo. There we go. Back down the inside. Have that one, Sunshine. Now he's going to go around the inside again, isn't he? If he goes down the inside again, I'll be bonkered. Nah, you can't. That's going to end the contact. There's onside, and then backs out of it. Oh, he runs wide. Oh, he's going to go down the inside. That's Alonso. There was Alonso the matter. Oh, that's Ferrari around this corner. Here we are then for the Belgium Grand Prix. 5 lights. Go! And Barry gets a fantastic start. Ethan left trolling behind there. And further back, Ethan already going defensive at turn 1. Down the inside comes one of the BMWs now. And almost taps the side of the Mercedes further back. Carnage going on there. And I believe they all get through cleanly at turn 1 this time. Ferrari though, he's going to have a look down the inside. Down the inside goes Ferrari. Covering off goes the Ferrari. Round the outside goes it forgets. Well, this is bonkers down the back. Well, talk about great racing to end the year.
Again, not good enough there. It's this track.
Oh,
he's going to try on the outside. Runs wide. And he's going to be side by side. Is Salita going to try down the inside? They're going to make contact. They're not.
Vector's ran off the track. Yes. Vector did run off the track there, but I don't think...
Get away with it.
He might just get away with it.
Going to make the move. Yes. Into the lead. Pulls alongside. Pulls ahead the Audi. First of the Ferrari. Now Ronnie is going to be going shallow. Can he go on the outside again? Yes. Yes. Fight. And takes the lead again. And watch out for that McLaren following behind. This is fantastic stuff. Your top 3 separated by under 1 second. And coming along is Solo Salita. He's going to try turn 1. Does he get through? They all finally, I think they've all got through at turn 1 correctly. I think it's finally happened. They've all got through turn 1. Will they get through turn 2? They almost make contact at the back. They're all squirming together.
Let's see, and Alessio's lost it again, and a Ferrari at the same time. Synchronised spinning right there.
I don't think anything can Red do. Gav into the lead! Gav leads the Belgian Grand Prix! And boy oh boy has this turned into a shocker. Red in the pit for the lead! He's got a beautiful run! Slingshots past and takes the lead! Now, we'll have the inside. Now this could be close. And down the inside. Yes, he does do it. Runs a bit wide. Cut back could be on the options. Now side by side, they come down here. Ho's going to try and give them as much of a squeeze. And does take second position there. Oh, he tries slow! Backs out that time. It's the rear almost there.
So close.
Behind the slipstream. I don't think Alessio's going to do too much about this as he goes down the inside into turn 1. Alessio's going to try and hold it around the outside. Gets on the grass around the outside. Alessio tries to hold on, and it's not going to quite do it for Alessio. And Ferrelli makes that move and gets it finished.
Pulling along. He's going to go to the lead. They've got Sig on the outside. It's going to be 3 into turn 1. Is it all going to be clean? The answer to that is a gradual of yes. It seems to be. Running wide. There goes Fundown. He's going to jump up to second. Sig drops down to 4th, and this is going
Third
well.
position in this Grand Prix. Look at Pancho. He might give him a little squeeze towards the wall. Down the inside goes In Forgets for 3rd position. Can he get it done, or will he hold it around the outside? He'll try. He will try to hold it around the outside. He gives him the squeeze. Contact made. Good little battle. In Forgets will move to 3rd position, and can he come back? No, he can't. Good little battle from those two guys there.
Brave if he's going to try. I think he'll back out of it. Surely he has to, unless it's me, because I would have made a move, but he backs out of it. One's wide. He's going to go for the lead. He is into the lead, and he leads. Skull leads.
Battling
that was
Mantible
close.
there. Down the inside. That's a good move. We'll get it there, over the curve, banging
Did
tyres.
he
Gets
cut
the
him there?
position.
Did he cut him? I thought he cut him.
Does it! Podium! He's on the podium! Finally! He's done it! After so long. Forza GAVRA, there's everyone celebrating. Solo Solita's just having a donut. Does do it. Same position where another car with a side-by-side. Down to our route. This could end badly. Does it? Bravely backs out of that one. He's not going to try that. He'd be mad to try side-by-side.
Ruapuna Park. The lights go red for Ruapuna Park. Round 6. And it's go! And Cash gets an amazing start for Raleigh. Gets away well. Alessio gets a storming start. Goes into 2nd. He's going to
try it.
On the brakes.
Yes, he tries, takes a
so
slight.
Down
Down inside he goes. One's wide. Throws him through as well. And into 2nd place. That's how you do
12
it. there.
cars are within a second of each other. Actually, 13 are within a second of each other. That is actually madness. That shows how evenly matched it.
Might take him on the inside again.
He's challenging. Oh, he is. Look at this. Does Sig battles with a wild Renault. Look at that side-by-side behind. Around the outside. Sig, and I think around the outside as well. To go GJ Luke, and they're still side-by-side. Would you look at this? You don't see this very often. Ooh. Well, great stuff between those two.
Side by side again. That's ooh.
Yeah, good move. Should be over.
Championship contender. Oh, he's going to launch down the inside. And there you have it. All said and done.
Metro trying to the inside. Here we are then. For the lead. For the lead. Does he make a move? Tries. No, can't do it. Gets his nose chopped right up. Not close enough to make a move. I would have think down the inside. What a dive. And does do it. What a dive from such a long way back.
Unbelievable.
That wasn't even an overtaking opportunity, and now he's coming back side by side, down into the right-hander, and they almost touch around the outside, now down the inside. Look at this, side by side. Absolutely bonkers, and this lets Pirelli catch up. Down the inside goes, down the inside. Beautiful move. Does he do it? Pulls it off. Fantastic move then.
It was Gav left.
Oh, Tsuki. Oh my. The most cartoon crash ever. It's no improvement for Hiker. Is it going to be one for It Forgets? Yes, but they. Oh my god. Now that is teammates. That is how identical those cars are. Exactly the same time. 120.823.
Down the inside here, he'll try the... Oh, he's on the grass! On the grass! And passes! And tries! Now he's going to be diving on the brakes! Down the inside goes Sigurdsson and go, what a move from the Italian!
There's 1 point in it. Van Elk wins by 1 point otherwise. So Razy's got... He's he's lost it. Oh, Van Elk spun. Van Elk, oh, they both spun. Oh my god. Oh my god. They will both be going mental.
Sweden wins the American Grand Prix. Let's go to 3rd position, Low, as coming through and crossing the line, your new world champion. Hyo is the champion of the world. Metro 666 comes the line and wins the Japanese.
Well, good evening everybody and welcome along to the Club Series. Round number 4 technically, but this is a rerun of round 3. We're here at Le Mans for the rerun of round number 3, which was, of course, skipped over because of the issues with PSN and also the issues with Project Cars crashing every time you tried to open it. So, of course, we had no GT3 race and no GT4 race. We had a non-championship event for the GT4 guys, but we're here today for the championship round, at Le Mans for the multi-class event. As always, joining me in the commentary box tonight is, of course, Vectro.
Hello there everyone, Vector's back, another race. Look, I was looking forward to this race for a long time, because well, it's the first GAVRA race around this track, so it'll be interesting to see the action, and qualifying will be crucial, so we'll have to take a look on that.
Indeed, yeah. It is an interesting stat there that it is actually the first ever race around the full Le Mans for GAVRA racing. We've always done plenty of races around the Bugatti circuit, but yeah, we're at the full circuit today, which is very, very interesting indeed. So our lineup for today is 12 drivers. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LMP3s and 6 GTEs. So we have Scold, followed by It Forgets, then we have DJ Luke, then Sig Rosonico, then Hiker, who we'll come back to, Tsuki, then we have Lonning in P7, Albizane P8, Red 15, who had a disaster last time out. Then we have Dan, who was missing last week actually, but he's back. And we have Thunderhead and Razy down at the bottom currently. But we'll go back to...
Dan was replaced by Playboy last week.
Yep. And Playboy did an excellent job actually. We do have to give a special mention to Hiker, because the poor man got married yesterday. So, well, congratulations and commiserations to you. He's driving around in one of the new Porsches, actually, in the new Porsche pack. That is the 911 RSR, which is an absolute animal of a car. You see that massive rear diffuser at the back of it. And he usually drives a Ferrari, but he's driving around in that thing around Le Mans. So it'll be an interesting one to see.
We might have replaced this with. We might have replaced the diffuser with tin cans for today.
Yeah. But yeah. So as Vector was saying earlier, that qualifying is absolutely crucial around this track. There is your winner from last week at Long Beach. It Forgets, currently in P2. Yeah, an absolutely amazing drive from him last week. His team was at the bottom of the standings, but they are now, believe it or not, up in 4th from 8th in the championship. So that's amazing stuff from him. Rocketed them up to 4th in the championship. Of course, Hiker did a good job as well last time out. I think he finished 2nd in GTE. But we're looking at DJ Luke, who's driving the LMP3 this week. He did lead GTE for the first quarter of the race last time out, but then had a bit of a moment and lost it all. But he's driving around in that LMP3 this week. So it'll be Red 15 and Sig Rosonico, who are teammates in Team Stars and Strikes, who are top of the championship on a score of 94. But of course, thanks to Red 15's disaster class last time out, the gap is closed at the top. It's now 20 points separating them instead of the massive 37 I think it was last time. So it's a big drop. So we're riding on the bonnet count DJ Luke as he comes to the end of a lap around Le Mans. Let's see if he'll go on to another one, so we can maybe get a sense of this track.
Improvement. We got 1 second.
Massive improvement. Wow, great improvement from DJ Luke to go P2, 0.8 of a second off of Scold.
He lost 3/10 in the last sector though, because he was 1.3 up, so I think he can get closer to Scald.
Yeah, absolutely. I did notice he was kind of backing off a bit through the Corvette curves and the Ford curves at the end of this track. I think it's the Ford curves, unless it's the Ford chicane, as I'm messing that up entirely. But I'll check again. There's Scold, who
running a bit wide on the exit.
Running a bit wide, and he's got to be careful about running wide there, because it will be very harsh and give you a penalty. There's
also
Tsuki.
for the next lap, and that's crucial because when you have to do another outlap on this track, it takes forever.
Yeah, it's a minimum of if you're not pushing extremely hard, it's going to take about 4 minutes to get around to start, and then you got to make sure that you don't do it again. So it can be very frustrating to get anything wrong there.
And at the same time, you have to get a good exit as well to get a good start of your lap. So it's quite hard to find a good balance.
Yep. So there is Tsuki. She disconnected last. Oh dear.
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead in the wall. That's on the back straightaway. Yeah. That's an interesting place to go off. We're looking at hikers coming around the same stretch of track, I think. On board on the 911 RSR. Now you can get a sense of the speed of these cars. He's approaching 180 miles an hour going down this stretch of track. It's absolutely incredible speeds as he heads into Indianapolis, backs off a bit, and down the gears into the next. Oh, he's got on the grass a bit. Well saved as he went into there. So as you can see, that is one of the more difficult corners on this track because of its off camber, and it is very easy to get wrong.
He's almost hit the 290 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, it's insane speeds. But you will see these incredible speeds from these cars today because of the amount of... They'll be running such low downforce due to the... Well, it's almost a straight run around this track. It used to be, pretty much in the old days, but once it got revised, it changed. So we're looking at Albi Zane, who didn't do the best last time out, but he's let's see if he can get himself a better result this time around. Driving that BMW MC. He's coming through the Porsche curves right now. They're probably the most famous part of this track. And if you're driving an LMP1 car, it's absolute heaven because the car just sails around these curves, absolutely no problem. I just saw Sig go second, 0.6 of a second off of an LMP3 car. That's an insane time. 356.7 from a GTE car.
He is happy with that lap. That's an amazing lap, I think. Only 6/10 of the best time.
Yeah, and Skull's in an LMP3 car as well. That's insane from Sig there. So Skull, I think he might be want to be watching his mirrors now, because I wouldn't put it past Sig to improve. But Skull looks like he's pushing hard on this lap again. So let's see how he does.
He's going past sector time table, so you can see how much he's up on his lap time.
Indeed. So let's see.
We're not lucky, we can't see.
Alright, so it's going to be a surprise as he runs through the Porsche curves. Oh, there's DJ Luke going fastest. Look at that, 355.1 from that man there. He goes about a second quicker than Skuld. That's a great lap from the Dane. So let's see how Skuld can respond to that. Looking very good through those Porsche curves. Inch perfect from him there. So let's see how he gets on around this next set of corners. This is quite deceivingly tricky, these last set of corners, because if you cut the corner, then that's your lap over and your next lap over. Let's see if Skuld does that. He runs across the line. What is this from Skuld? Is it going to be an improvement? Yes, it is. Yeah. Half a second quicker. 1.4 seconds quicker than his best. He goes half a second quicker, does a 354.6. So a good lap from Skuld there. So Thunderhead looks like he's missing some pieces off that car. Oh dear.
He's missing a lot of pieces.
He's quite missing. I think he's rolled it. That car has been up and over for sure, because he's missing the entire back end.
Well, it might be that, of course, when it's sometimes a syncing glitch. When a car has damage, the game doesn't like update a new car. Like it's looking like he's damaged, but he might be on his screen. It might be just a perfect normal car.
Yeah, well, let's hope for that, because that is some interesting damage. Suck it down, who's teammates with Razy. He was replaced by Flayboy last time out, and Flayboy, of course, picked up third in GTE on his return, his first race in GTEs. Let's see how Dan can get on. Of course, himself and Razy second in the championship currently, a full 20 points off of the Team Stars and Strikes.
Razy hasn't had a lap time yet, so he has to hurry up.
Yeah, he's only got. There's only 14 minutes left, and
also
I think he might be on a timed lap currently. So let's see how he gets on. He's in the Porsche curves. Thunderhead moves out of the way. So here he comes then. Let's see how he does. Gets on the brakes. Gets the car turned in. Not looking as committed as Scold was, so it's interesting. So let's see, he comes across the line. Where does Red 15 go? He goes 4th with that one. That's a long way off of the pace right there from Red 15. 2.3 seconds off of Scold and 0.2 of a second slower than his teammate in a GTE car.
We'll start a new one though, so I think this might be just a banker lap. Maybe there's more in it for him.
Well, let's hope so. Because I don't think he'd like to be beaten by his teammate who's driving a GTE car. There is Lonnie, who, oh dear, that car has been backwards into the wall. Because that is a very battered rear end on that 4GT.
Bit of a crooked rear wing.
And so let's see then. We have, yeah, as you're saying, that rear diffuser is almost at right angles underneath. Have a look at it as we go by. It's pretty battered, so that's not going to affect.
I think for this time we can use the chase cam to just see the damage. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, there's your onboard, and you see that. You can see him, he's almost sideways going through that section there.
Must have a loose end with that.
Yeah,
with
but
that
it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much.
He might be on an improvement, so we'll see what happens if he comes to the line.
Let's see as he clips there. His teammate Marcos is missing from today, so not sure where he is.
If he has a replacement.
Yeah, oh, that was
10 seconds quicker. Ah, so he's goes 9th and 4th in the GTE standings.
Yeah, just behind Dan. Not too much behind them either. It's about 400ths. 400th of a second around Le Mans as a gap is so tiny.
And also very frustrating for Lonnie, of course, because it's almost nothing, and you can win that time almost anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 11 minutes remaining in this session before we head to the race. Scold currently on provisional pole with a 354.6, and Sig on GTE pole currently. So even though the quality standings look like that, he will start behind the LMPs anyway, as Ferrelli did last time out. And of course Ferrelli picked up 2nd overall as well as a GTE win, which was pretty insane. But it's looking really good for Sig to take pole position in Le Mans for Team Stars and Strikes. So let's see if he's on a lap, if he's improving at all. Comes across the line, let's see what he does. No, that's an out lap, so he's going onto a lap in that case. There's his teammate Red 15. DJ Luke coming to the end of a lap, or beginning of a new one. Looks like beginning of a new one. And pulls, I might be doing a practice start here. He pulls up to the side. Let's see if he's going to do a practice start for himself.
I think he is.
Yeah. Skull goes past. Yeah, building the revs and gets that bite point. So, a little practice start from DJ Luke there. And one thing we need to mention as well, the pit entry here in Le Mans is absolutely very, very difficult to get right. We will surely see a few drivers fall victim to it today. Because if you cut it, there's a lot of penalties. Not in-game, but if we see it, naughty boy. But we're looking at team standings on the stream right now, and there is your confirmation of who is on top of the championship. You see Team Stars and Strikes on 94, RUR on 74, HLB Racing currently P3 in the championship, so they're well up there. Oh dear.
I've opened. Oh, Suki off. Oh, almost.
Oh
I've
dear.
opened up the chat, by the way. LGR had to give up all points gained in GTE because they changed to the Porsche. They are not that high anymore. So the LJR team has to give up
you
all
can see
points.
that. Yeah, indeed. Because if you look at the stream now, you will see the standings where LGR Motorsport are down in currently 6th instead of 4th. So they've been Heike has been penalised for changing his car to the RSR. So now that is an interesting one. So that puts that is why HLB Motorsport and Mark Motorsport are up so far in the standing currently. So Mark Motorsport are currently in P4, Venturi M Sport P5, LGR Motorsport in P6, Beauty and the Beast in P7, and Los Locos down in P7, but they are nowhere to be seen today. No representatives for them.
They have 12 drivers out of 16, so not a lot of comers. Who was actually the teammate of Hiker?
Hiker's teammate is It Forgets, who is currently in P5.
P5 overall and P4 and LMP, because of course there's a GTE in the way of 6. So, really astonishing that he's on that pace and that red, and It Forgets cannot beat his lap time in an LMP. Of course, on this track the differences are not as big, but still the LMP, all the time it loses on the straights, it has to double for in the corners. Really interesting. There's a shambles going on the second chicane, and I'm not quite sure who that is. Albazane and someone behind.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but yeah, Eva just reminded me there that tomorrow, Saturday, we're having a GAVRA free drive event in the vintage GTs. We're going to some various tracks to drive these wonderful cars around. So if you'd like to sign up for that, go over to gavraracing.altovista.org and you'll see the sign-ups in there. It should be a fun event. 3 tracks, 3 races, and some lovely old 60s and 70s GT cars. It should be a really nice event. Oh, and the tracks are Monza, Laguna Seca and Spa. Remember that. So, yeah, just in case we forgot about that. So it's Monza, Laguna Seca and Spa Francorchamps. That is your list of tracks for the GAVRA free drive event. Of course, free drive meaning anyone can sign up. So if you'd like to get involved and you've never had a GAVRA race, or you haven't got a GAVRA racing license, then by all means join in on Saturday tomorrow. And there's Skull going even quicker on a 3:53.9, so goes very quick there.
7/10 quicker than the previous lap time.
Yeah, that's a great lap from DJ Luke, and I did see that someone was saying that they did see
might be on an improvement.
Well, they did see that Skull did go around a 3:52 at one point. So let's see if DJ Luke can improve. Like, DJ Luke is well on the pace today. So let's see how he gets on.
Of course, qualifying isn't all on this track, especially because the race start will be in wet conditions.
Yes, Le Mans in the wet is going to be an interesting one. So we'll see. A couple of people are saying they're racing tomorrow. Evil Dragon is racing. Oh God, and Hio is racing tomorrow as well. So a couple of familiar faces, and maybe we'll see some new faces tomorrow as well. It'll be an interesting one to see.
Maybe I will sign up still. I don't know. I haven't had any practice yet, and I'm not really familiar with the GTE cars, but I might have to go.
They're a handful, but they're incredible cars. So we're looking at DJ Luke coming around the Porsche curves, and let's see if he can improve his lap time. Car looking very, very stuck to the ground coming through the Porsche curves, so nice and stable. So coming up to the last set of curves here. Banging down through the gears.
More apex there. He's really careful. Maybe he's starting a lap.
Maybe, but let's see as he comes across the line.
I think he's starting off because he's very careful. Of course, you have to be careful with this corner because it can nick your lap time very easily. But that was really careful.
Yeah. And of course turn 1 will be one for corner cutting as well, because it is easy to go wide there on cold brakes at the start of the race. So 4 minutes to go now.
It forgets misses a corner.
Yeah, that's going to be his... Well, no, he should be able to get round, unless he...
Oh yeah,
I think he's given up.
He's letting someone through.
Yeah, he's letting DJ Luke through, so this will be the last opportunity for people to come across the line, set a lap. We're under 4 minutes to go here in Le Mans for 2 hours of racing here in France. So if you didn't notice already, this part of the track is a motorway, and it is usually a main road, and it always has been.
You can see a lot of houses on the side, and there's an accident there. Someone will have a car through the roof, so quite a dangerous track in real life.
Yeah, well, how much it costs an insurance to get a house insured around here?
Well, it is of course a very bold choice to live next to a racetrack.
Yeah, your house will be valued very high, but your insurance will be very high at the same time, so... Well, you get the best view of all the races around here, I guess, so it's a win.
That is true.
Yeah.
You have one sleepless night per year, though.
Yeah, I suppose so. So, Red 15, is he on a lap? He looks like he's pushing very hard. So let's see how he's getting on. Sig is back in the pit lane, so he's fine with what he does. Yeah, that's much more attacking from Red 15 to that last chicane. Let's see if Red 15 can improve. Yeah, oh my goodness me, he got pole! 353.6. Where did that come out of? From showing no pace to 2/10 quicker than Scald. Now it gets interesting.
Is Scald on the lap? Yeah, he comes from the final sector.
He would have seen that, and now he's going to be absolutely laser focused on trying to get this car on pole position.
Sig is done, Suki's done, Hiker, Dan, Thunderhead and Racy not setting a lap time, and he's done as well.
Now that is an interesting one. Scald across the line. What can he do? He needs 2/10. Will he get it? No. But he has another chance.
He does have another lap though, but also does Red. Maybe I don't think Red can improve even more, but you never know.
It's a good lap. Is DJ Luke going to improve? I wonder, is he on a lap? Yes, he is. He's just gone through Indianapolis. So let's see how DJ Luke goes on. He should be able to get another lap done as well.
Yeah. But Racy not setting a lap time, he will start last in the NP3 field. So that will be 5th overall. No, 6th overall.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why he didn't set a lap.
Albizane is done. Suki also done. Only 5th overall. 6th overall and 5th in NP.
Yeah. Lonnie still on a lap, I think.
It forgets coming to the Porsche curbs.
Yeah, it forgets there. Your winner last time out of Long Beach, the star of the show.
There goes DJ Luke.
Yeah, DJ Luke is coming up, so now he's backed out of it.
Yeah, he's backed out.
He backed out of it because he wasn't sure what it forgets was going to do, but he does have another chance.
Yeah, he does have another chance, so it will be interesting to see if he can make it work.
Yeah, Skull on the Mulsanne.
Also is Red.
Yeah, he's still on the Mulsanne, coming to the end of the Mulsanne, straight into this very, very tricky braking. Very easy to lock up and go straight on there. I've done it many times. I'm not ashamed. But if the car becomes unloaded, it just goes straight on. But anyway, we're coming down to where a Mercedes, lights ablaze, took off into the forest one time. But we still have to wait 5 minutes for the end of qualifying, because waiting for guys to finish their laps. Coming through Indianapolis is Red 15, who's currently on provisional podium. Oh my goodness me! Good save from him there. But that would have cost him some time. Runs wide.
He's really pushing because he knows, maybe he knows, Scald can run into the 52s if everything is going right for him. So
yeah,
can Scald all put it together into one ultimate lap?
Yeah, let's see. We've seen that he can do 352s. But can Red do that? He's up by
Yeah,
half a
Red, he's
second on his
4:10.
best time. So this may be a 3:52 as well for Red 15. Oh, he's got a wiggle onto the Porsche curves, but he saves it and keeps it going. So he's pushing so hard to try and get this car to stay on pole position. So here we go then. Coming down. Yeah, Skull is coming onto the Porsche curves, indeed. So then, Red 15 to the final corner. What is this going to be? Is this going to be a 3:52? He runs across the line. Don't know.
We don't know.
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah.
I think he's improved by. He's improved
He's
by.
8/10.
Yeah, he's 8/10 up.
9/10 now. Scott has to fight 9/10 now to get on the pole.
This is going to be a mega lap. Look how hard he's pushing through the Porsche curves. Absolutely flat he went through there. So he needs over 9/10 of a second to get on pole position. He's got to be pushing so hard through this final section of corners. Oh, you have to lift through the final bit there. He comes across the line. This is going to be an improvement.
I think it is.
I think it was. But we don't know because Project Cars 2, as usual.
The timings aren't really working.
Yeah,
We do think it's pole for him. We're not quite sure though. We will have to wait 160 seconds to see the full classification.
Yeah, so even though it's Le Mans, a very exciting qualifying there.
Really, yes. And to the end, we still don't know who is on pole. I personally think it's Scott, but it might just be Red.
And so we don't know who took LMP3 pole, but of course Sig took GTE pole, with Hiker taking Lonnie taking P2, Hiker taking P3, Dan Z taking P4, and Abizan taking P5, and Thunderhead P6 on that grid. So DJ Luke, of course, will take a P3 on the LMP3 grid. It forgets P4, Tsuki P5, and Razy P6.
We might have a glitch here. I think Scott is turned into an AI car, and he's not returning to the pits. So we have to wait another minute for the qualifying to formally end, I think.
Well, he's about to run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel, so that'll be it, I think. Yeah, there you go. So, no, we still have to wait. Fantastic.
So you can really see Scott really pushing it on the fuel as least as possible.
Well, you can actually see there, I think on our race feed, fastest lap Red 15, 3:53.006, Scold lap time invalidated. So I think it was Red 15 who actually stood on pole.
Yeah, almost in the 52s for Red.
Yeah, didn't even notice that on the screen, to be honest. I was too focused on what was going on, but I think it is Red 15 who got pole position with a 3:53.0. I think Scold might have just ran a bit wide through Porsche curves or through that last section there.
Yeah, I think to the last section, because it might be that it was a bit wiggly on the curbs, and
yeah. Yeah, and so we're waiting for the countdown, of course, and as we're doing that, then we should say that you should be following us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter and on Twitch and also on YouTube. And hit the like and subscribe button and stay in touch.
Yeah, and we do need to emphasize Twitch because we just started doing that today. So if you follow us at GAVRA_racing, head over there. We're streaming there live as well, so hello to everyone who's watching on there as well.
It's Red on pole indeed.
Yeah, so 3:53.006. Red 15 takes pole with Scold on P2, DJ Luke P3. Sigur's only go start on GTE pole. It Forgets will take P4 and LMP3. Tsuki takes P5 and LMP3. Lonnie in P2, Hiker P3, Dan P4, Abby's in P5, Thunderhead in P6, and Razy will start at the back of LMP3 with no time set, interestingly enough.
And also, Evil Dragon in the chat saying the GTE cars might be fast on the straights. So it might be quite a difficult situation because the GTEs will catch up to the LMPs there. And in the spray, when the LMPs brake later, it might we can see some interesting stuff happening. So will be interesting.
Yeah, so there it is. It's a wet Le Mans race, so it'll be interesting enough. And with regard to that GTE slipstreaming that we're going to see down here, I'd keep an eye on Sig, because he's very, very quick around here, so I wouldn't put it past him to get himself up there. But there is, there he is.
Overall.
And on GTE pole. But of course, pole doesn't really mean too much here because the cars are side by side on the grid. It just means that you're on the racing line. And Razy's there he is. There he is in P
standings. So that's just normal.
So he's alongside Suki there in P5. And 2 cars up ahead, It Forgets and DJ Luke. Let's see if DJ Luke can get himself a better result today. And of course your front
they might be updating their pitch strategies yet, because you can't start a race with 40 leaders. I don't imagine him doing so.
Be very aggressive.
Have they reduced the length of the race because it's on 1.5 hours instead of 2 hours?
It should. Oh, it should reset to an hour and a half, but it is going to be an hour and a half. Apparently, I thought it was going to be 2 hours, but that might be the Nürburgring combined. We're going to have a 2-hour race.
Evil Dragon in the chat saying, "Watch out for acro-planning exit of Dunlop." I think he means to say
acro-planning.
Acro-planning. I think he means to say aquaplaning, but we will watch out.
Ignore that, because we're going to have the start of round 3 of the multi-class series here. It's been a long time coming. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. The lights go on here in Le Mans for round 4 of the multi-class series. It's lights out and away we go. It's a great start from Red 15. It's a great start from It Forgets. They all squared away. There's been contact and It Forgets is in the wall. They're 3 wide in the GTE field, but It Forgets has gone into the wall on the way down the main straight. There is Red 15 trying to hold back Skuld up to the start of the first corner here, the Dunlop curve. So it's been a bit argy-bargy as Hiker goes down the inside of Sig for the lead of GTE, but Sig gets the cutback on the way out and goes past back into the lead of the GTE class. So an interesting start to the race then. It Forgets just had a bit too much on the power there.
Dan and Rosie involved in the start crash.
Yeah, so here we go. We're in for an hour and a half of racing. And here we're going to see this massive slipstream fest. Oh, look at that! Around the outside from Hiker into Tetra Rouge for the start of the Mulsanne straight. So let's see if he made that move stick. But we're going to go to the lead. We'll check that in a minute. So here's Skuld slipstreaming behind Red 15. It's going to be a bit risky to try and move so early on into the race down the Mulsanne. He's trying to just get a view. Has he hit him?
Might be. He braked very late. I don't think there's damage though. It was a slight hit.
Sig up. Oh, Sig! Sig's gone wide. So back to the front. Oh, they're side by side. Down towards the next section of track. Down the Mulsanne straight. Skuld, I think, is just about ahead, but leaders spraying water behind them. Red 15 tries to hold on. Skuld on the outside. DJ Luke just holding back a little bit as well. Here we go down to the next curve section then. It's going to be Skuld on the outside. Red 15 gives him, shoves him off the track there. Red's off, spins and off. So now Skuld is leaving. Now he's under pressure from DJ Luke as well.
Let's see down in the back what has happened.
Oh also, dear, that's Albizane.
This Albizane is off.
Yeah, Albizane definitely off. DJ Luke in the lead. He's taking it. DJ Luke leads overall here in Le Mans. He did it last time in GTE in Long Beach, but now he's leading again here in the L2. Skuld gets the cutback though on the way out of the right-hander. So they're going side by side down towards Indianapolis. So some incredible action already at the start of this Le Mans race here Side by side, lights ablaze. Over the hill they go towards Indianapolis. Who is going to back out first? Still side by side, no one's giving an inch. Is DJ Luke ahead, or is Skull going to back out Skull? I think wisely backs out of that one into Indianapolis and keeps himself away, but goes a bit wide. So they calm down a little bit, but absolutely brilliant racing from those guys there. And we're in for a cracker.
Yeah, side by side through there. That's way too small to do that. DJ Luke has lost the lead, by the way.
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it way on the right-hander, down towards the Porsche curves. Can he perhaps challenge?
Suki is in the third now.
Yeah, she started in 5th in LMP3. She's already up to 3rd, thanks to Red 15's problems. Oh my goodness me, he's so close to the back of Skull there. Oh, he's gone wide into the Porsche curve. So that was
Suki.
Suki's right behind him, you know.
Not quite close enough to make a move, though.
Yeah, this rain might clear up because it is looking a bit sunny here in France, so we might get a bit of drying later on. But yeah, Suki looking challenging, and there is, I think, Red 15 trying to get past Hiker.
He has to be patient, though. One wrong move and it's an end in tears for him.
Yeah,
right,
I think this might...
gonna stick it.
Oh, no.
Hiker closes him off.
Yeah, so apparently I've just heard over the radio, my earpiece, that we do have a new subscriber. So thank you very much for subscribing. I think Mark Long, I believe was his name, so thank you very much. So let's see how they're getting on. So Red 15.
Side by side with Hiker.
Let's see, should get a little side draft up here, but of course these GTE cars, as Evil Dragon said, are quick in a straight line. So he's going to have to work with this one side by side through the Dunlop curve. And is he going to make that work? I think he is. Has Hiker backed out of that one? Yes, he has. And Red 15 has got that move done.
Of course, due to the start crash.
Yeah,
he's pulling to the right.
Yeah, not good for him there.
Suki still on the back of DJ Luke. And Scott is a 4 second gap.
Yeah.
And it's already increasing a lot.
Yeah, Suki, of course, trying to recover from the disaster she had last week. She just disconnected last time, so let's see how she gets on. We have Thunderhead up in 8th overall and I believe 4th in GTE. Here's Razy trying to make his way through the field. He started last, so he's going to easily get past Thunderhead there. Massive speed versus the Corvette. So he's going to have to maybe shut him off here. Gets well in front there and make sure that he gets that move done.
Yeah, you clearly see that the GTE is really keeping up with LMP cars.
Yeah, 280 kilometers an hour in the wet down here. Oh, Razy's completely messed that up. Razy, track's over here, mate. So he comes back out.
And Thunderhead followed him into it.
Yeah, and is Razy still ahead of him? I think he is. Yes, he is.
Just about, yeah.
And that right there, that white line is actually signifying off track. So the game does you for running wide out of the long curves there. But you see, look at Suki right up behind DJ Luke here, and looking to challenge for P2.
I'm not using their windscreen wipers all, by the way. It's really risky.
Yeah, it's very risky, unless they know something we don't, or we're just getting an old Project Cars 2 glitch, as per usual.
He's using it though, from the head.
Yeah. So, let's see. Maybe we could ride on board with Suki, see if she's using her wipers. Yes, she is. Yeah. So, there is the onboard view of an LMP3 car at 260 kilometers an hour in the wet. That's as much as you can see. It's terrifying. And no lights on either,
yeah,
so...
It's on the back of Dan, by the way. We will switch to that in a moment.
And is that Suki launching up the inside of Indianapolis? No, she thought about it.
No,
and also, can I mention that the gap between the leaders also came down to about 2.5.
Yeah,
so...
yeah.
Oh dear, it's down to 2.1.
If Suki launches a move on DJ Luke, we will all play into the hands of Scott, because as long as these two are battling, Scott can run away.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's all bunching up a bit at Indianapolis, I see.
Yeah, GTE, GTE and, well, Dan and Thunderhead are close together.
Just waiting for him a bit.
Yeah,
oh! Slide is there.
Yeah, must have hit a puddle or something.
Also having troubles.
There's Suki right on the back. So, you can see the sky. It's getting a little bit clear.
By the way, and
he has.
Is now on the back of Sig.
Yeah, now this will be team orders because these guys are teammates, and that's going to be a penalty. So yeah, Dan. Yeah, I think Dan must have had a mistake somewhere. I think you're going to see Sig letting Red through here. Yes, there you go.
Yep. DJ Luke, Suki's gone past.
Oh, Suki's got it. So we're not sure where she made that move, but she's now into P2 and LP3 and in P2 overall. She's having a great race today, but she's gone completely wide into the Dunlop chicane. So would she have to give that? Well, she's going to have a penalty. So Suki, well, she's going to have to give that position back and try and get past again. And this has only been the first 10 minutes. Alrighty. So, I'm just going to see. Here we go then. DJ Luke trying to get his way back past Suki for P2 in this race, slipstreaming down the Mulsanne straight alongside each other. Is it going to be an easy move for DJ Luke, or will Suki try and fight this one versus... I think she backed out of that one. So into P2 goes DJ Luke, but I wouldn't count Suki out. She's still fighting. She got a great exit out of that little curve there. So let's see if she can come back to him. But it was a great exit for DJ Luke also. So that gave her, well, that gave him a nice exit there. So we're also looking at Razy getting up to Lonnie, I think that is in P4 in GTE, I think. Sorry, P3 in GTE.
There's a puddle forming in the first chicane though, and it always does in this weather. So we'll be interested to see if people can make a mistake there.
Yeah, be interesting. I think Suki might be coming back at DJ Luke. She's still riding up behind them. So let's see how she gets on. But I think DJ Luke's got some good straight line speed in his car. So I think she'll have to wait for another lap or two, maybe. Although
make a mistake.
Yeah, he has. So Suki pulls alongside, but it's going to be very difficult to try and get a move on here. There's just no room for anyone to do anything. Although we did see DJ Luke and Skull go side by side here, but they were side by side from the right-hander all the way down to Indianapolis. So they gave each other the room. But look at the overspeed Suki's getting. I think she actually had to back out of that one slightly. You saw her lift off and into Indianapolis. So I think she's going to be waiting for a little while longer.
Racy's overtaking Lonnie.
Yeah, and that is for P7 overall. And that was a relatively easy move. Lonnie didn't put up too much of a fight there. And that was it.
By the way, Sig has catched right up, back up to Red, by the way. Red lost it, actually.
So, commentator's curse plays a big part again here. And Red 15 spins again. He seems to like spinning, because he did that in Long Beach quite a lot.
Suki is not letting DJ Luke go as well.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys are having a great fight, but all that, of course, is allowing Skull to just eke out a lead of 4 seconds ahead. Yeah, so just over the intercom, we're going to have a replay of the start here So if you look on the stream now, you will see a replay of the start of this Grand Prix, and we will have a look at that as well. We'll be, of course, having our own live coverage on our screens here as well. You'll see it in the top left corner of your screens, but down on the right hand side there is the start. You see, it forgets, just absolutely loses it off the line and into the side wall, and that was pretty much it for his race. From doing so well last week, and he's now down at the back, not having the best of times, and everybody kept it relatively clean up to turn 1, and you saw Hiker getting a bit argy-bargy with Sig, but Sig got it back, and that was it for the start pretty much. We had some nice battles between DJ Luke and Scold and a couple of others at the top of the LMP3 class, and it was a pretty bad start for Forgets. It was a shame for him since he did so well last time out.
Yeah, if Forgets is all the way in last now, it's not turned around since last week.
Yeah, Red 15 just getting past his teammate there.
I'm getting notification that Chevrolet needs to be restarted in the moment, so you can still watch it, but I will not be able to handle the cameras. But I will just make sure we will keep our eyes on this.
Yeah, so I'm going to be legally blind for a few seconds here, so entertain yourselves for a couple of seconds while we get our coverage back and stuff. So you'll still see live coverage on your screen. You will see the battle between Suki and DJ Luke going on. So if anything happens, we will see that.
It's now on the back of Sig as well, and will Sig let him past here?
He should do, because he's their teammates, of course, and they need to. They can't afford to be fighting because they're top of the.
Yeah, he's flashing his lights. Yeah, he's braking early, I think. No, he's not. Oh, he's braking really late, actually.
Oh dear. Almost contact, actually. That could have ended in tears if Sig lost that back end too much. The red now back into P4. So I think Suki ran a bit wide going through that right-hander. And I think that compromised her exit on the way out. So she's going to have to work her way back up towards DJ Luke again. But meanwhile, this is the man out in the lead. Scold by a margin of 4.8 seconds. Has been leading... Well, he hasn't led every lap of this race, but he's doing a great job out there right now. Keeping it between the white lines. And of course, we're expecting the rain to stop around halfway, we think. So that should make for an interesting one. That is the view from inside Sig Rosaligo's BMW, and Red is running no lights at all, so he cannot see where Red is until he brakes, which is not ideal for him, of course.
Which is too late. If you see him brake, it's already too late.
Which is why in most racing categories it is mandatory to run lights in the wet, because you cannot see. Even F1, they have to run a tail light to at least know where you're at. It's quite dangerous to be running without lights in even though it's daytime. The spray just provides so much visibility problems.
If Forgets is catching up into the field now on the back of Thunderhead.
Let's see if he can make some kind of recovery. He's coming up to the back of Thunderhead indeed. So he's also running without lights, and you can see, if we get this panning shot here, you'll see him disappear into the spray, and it's very difficult to see where he is without having his brake lights on.
So he's dropping back a bit, DJ Luke, in the meantime.
Yeah, that gap should remain relatively stable because those guys are setting pretty similar lap times. Let's see if he Forgets can make his way past. And Ohio actually clarifying that for us. He's saying it's actually also mandatory in GAVRA racing, to my knowledge, to have lights on in the wet. So unless somebody forgot to remind them, or they chose not to, then yeah, I also thought it was quite dangerous. But I also haven't been proven to, I think, be right.
Thunderhead, of course, has a lack of downforce through this corner, so if he gets will take the position.
Yeah, not much of a fight put up at all there. He ran a bit wide on the way out. So, and I thought,
yeah, back of racing now as well, and that's really interesting because Lonnie's in a GTE car.
Yeah, I think Racing might have had a problem through the Dunlop section because his lap time was about 2 seconds quicker than Lonnie. But let's see if we can maybe make a move on him.
On the straight, he might have a good chance.
Yeah, because the Ford GT is extremely quick in a straight line. It's one of the quickest. And of course, actually won here at Le Mans. So let's see. I'll get a distant toe off Razy here, but let's see what kind of speed he's hitting.
Let's see DJ Luke and Tsuki not really closing up. Let's see what speed he's doing.
Look at the speed.
Yeah, way better than Racy's speed.
290 kilometers an hour. It's about 175 miles an hour down the Mulsanne in the wet conditions. That's absolutely crazy. LMP1s, of course, we're hitting close to 210 miles an hour. So it's incredible speeds really here. So be looking at fuel loads now. Let's see how drivers are. They're looking relatively good. Let's see, Suki on about 56 litres. And she's keeping that gap relatively stable around to DJ Luke. And Scold not pulling too far ahead, because the guys behind them are actually matching him. DJ Luke was about a couple of...
liters.
Okay, right, so yeah, of course we saw that at the start. DJ Luke was quite under-fueled, so he's going to have to stop very early.
Did he start with 40 liters then? Because I saw that, and I was like, no, you cannot start with 40 liters.
He's run wide.
Oh, right, yeah. But you cannot start with 40 liters, or he's on a very interesting strategy. But starting with 40 liters is quite risky, or he might have made a mistake, but I do not think so.
10 liters might get him about a lap and a half around here. Roughly.
But of course, if you misjudge it and you're halfway to the lap and you don't have any fuel left, it will cost you a lot, or even cost you the race if you run out of fuel.
Absolutely, yeah.
But of course, I think he has calculated it, how much fuel he burns in one lap.
So perhaps he's just on a very, very aggressive strategy.
Might be, I don't know. He's not really dropping back to Scott though, and he's running 50 liters. So he's doing quite good.
Yeah. So let's see if he comes in to take some fuel. There he is, in he comes for his stop. It's a very, very early pit stop. Almost on the hour mark. Well, in he comes for his stop. 9.2 litres of fuel. He did start with 40 litres. Now I'm not sure, unless he forgot to change it, or this was just something he wanted to do, then that's all up to him. There's the fuel man getting to work. This will put Red... Let's see how far Red 15 is behind. He might take... Yeah, he does take over P3.
He's already got it. Is Sig even well taken?
Yeah, indeed. So he's going to take...
Maybe even Hiker.
Who's, we must remind you, is penalised for changing his car. Up to 75, so he's taking a lot of fuel on there.
Yeah.
He'll be borderline at the end, actually. He's got to go about an hour on that one... Yeah, on that one tank of fuel will be a big risk.
Let's say he did 30 liters of fuel in half an hour. Let's just say that. It's 1 liter per minute.
Yeah, Well, he
just calculated. Not correct in any way, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it forgets coming up to the back of Albie Zane, and Albie Zane I think is just going to move out of the way. Yeah. That is
now, on official rundown of the grid, Scott leads comfortably with 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds. Tsuki second, Red 15 is third. A great comeback from him. 6th, 4th in GTE, a really good prestation from him. Hiker not far behind him. DJ Luke is in 6th at the moment. Racy 7th. Longy is in 8th. Dan is in 9th. It Forgets is currently in 10th, of course due to the start crash, really unlucky for him. Albizane is second to last, and Van der Head is having a dreadful day again in last.
But I'm sure he's enjoying himself, having a nice little drive around Le Mans in the wet, improving. It's difficult enough to get these cars around Le Mans in dry conditions, especially in these wet conditions, but we think it should dry out around the halfway mark in this race.
I'm not quite sure what the forecast is, but I think it might be heavy clouds or overcast.
I think it's meant to be go to haze. I think it's supposed to be. So once all the water's kind of evaporated, it's going to kind of sit there and give this kind of reflection. So it's going to be kind of hard to see for these drivers, just the reflection, but be interesting. There's Red 15.
It's already turned off the windscreen wipers. Rain is not really falling down at the moment anymore.
No, it's beginning to slow down, but it will take a little while to dry out, and you can see kind of puddles forming around that right hand. There's some small little patches. DJ Luke getting himself around that nicely. He's catching up to Hiker.
It Forgets to catch right up to Dan. I think Dan might have made a mistake.
It Forgets made a mistake.
Yeah, It Forgets also. He's dropped a bit back.
Yeah. So he's trying to get himself back up through the field. He's got plenty of fuel for a little while longer.
36, it might be another half an hour.
Yeah.
I see DJ Luke on the back of Hiker, catching up.
Yep. Fresh tires, a fresh tank of fuel.
How much fuel does Hiker run? 60 liters, so a bit less, but not big mistake. Difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go then. DJ Luke trying to catch up to Hiker. This is for position. And we see a kind of a puddle forming there at the bottom of the hill. That's kind of a depression in the land. And that's where all the water tends to fall.
DJ Luke will have a lot of overspeed here, so he has to watch out that he doesn't run into the back of him.
Yeah,
but that's also already risk. Also, Hiker not running with lights on.
Yeah, it is dangerous, and this may have to be looked at. So let's see, DJ Luke trying to get past Hiker. He might be just a little bit patient here, try and get past him here. And can I just say, Suki was absolutely rapid that last time out, around 4:14.2 to a 4:16.6 for Skull. She's pulled 2 seconds out of him in that lap.
Yeah, the gap is now 3 seconds. I think she's really pushing now, because the pit stops are not close for them, because they're running still 40 liters of fuel, almost 50. But yeah, I think she's just pushing. Yeah, 2.8 seconds now the gap. I think she's really catching up.
Yeah, she started to push, and DJ Luke gets past into P5 overall. Meanwhile, and P4.
It Forgets to come past Dan.
He has. So he can now continue his rise up to the field. So Skull will be beginning to see this black and pink car approaching very, very quickly. Well, he won't actually, because she's got no lights on. So it's going to be kind of a surprise. She'll kind of be there all of a sudden, because there's 2.3 now. So she's really started to get the hammer down. 1.7. It'll go up around the corners, of course, but it'll be flitting in and around that gap. She's absolutely flying in that car. Teammates with Thunderhead, Beauty and the Beast is their team, and we never know who is the Beauty and who is the Beast. So, running down.
Suki is at the moment driving like a beast, and Thunderhead is all the way at the back. Thunderhead, no. Suki is catching right up. Only 1.2 seconds is now the gap.
Yeah, so she's really pushing hard. I don't know if Skull has got damage or he's just really struggling on tyre wear or something, but Suki just found this pace from absolutely nowhere and is now starting to pull almost qualifying, but close to qualifying laps out of the bag in the wet.
Maybe she was
massive overspeed. Indeed, playing hide and seek in the spray, and now he should probably see her in his mirrors going through the corners. So, surprise, Skull, you're going to have a battle for first.
I more meant
in a
hide and
matter of
seek in the
seconds.
qualifications and in the first half of the race, maybe catching by surprise. But she's got a bit wide, and that's going to cost her a second again.
Hide and seek in the standings and hide and seek in the spray, I suppose. So, yeah, Skull holds on for now. Tsuki, of course, did make a mistake through there, so she'll have to work for that again. But we have almost 1 hour to go here in Le Mans. So she's pulling that gap back down again to 9/10 very, very quickly. So I don't know if Skull will maybe just back into the pit lane here now or just do something.
Quick update, by the way, it is starting to become hazy.
And
The haze is coming down at the moment as well, we've heard in our ear. So, it'll be interesting to see, because like Soup already said, the glare of the sun will now shine into the driver's face. I'm not quite sure how much it will be in the game, but it'll be interesting. By the way, Scald has lost 4 seconds that lap, by the way. 4 minutes 17.1 against a 4 minute 13.8.
that was the fastest lap for Suki, I think. And he has seen it has definitely stopped raining.
4 minutes 12.6 for Red.
So as soon as she got it taken away. But yeah, it has stopped raining and there's the haze. So now the track will begin to dry as everything is starting to lag around a little bit now.
Right, yeah.
So you'll see it'll start to get a little bit hazy and it will start to affect visibility.
It's expected to finish about 4 PM in game time as well, so what's up with like later on.
So running down the Mulsanne, let's see if Suki can get any closer. She will get a distant toll off of Scald. These guys might just have to push it a little bit further. And
Scald has got enough red speed.
yeah, absolutely. No, look at the speed Suki got, but she's gone absolutely too deep on the brakes there and had to back out of that one. So again, she lost the time, but now she'll gain it back.
Yep.
So Razy, where is he? P7 overall. It forgets closing up to the back of Lonnie. He's getting there. He's going quickly actually. 4:15.1. A little bit quicker than DJ Luke, and
Suki is catching back right up.
so let's watch her straight line speed down this straight.
Let's see Scald's first. His
Yeah.
stops. 230 now. 240 kilometers an hour. 250. And Suki is doing 260 on the same point.
Yeah, absolutely. That is where she's gaining all the time, and that might be why she's struggling to just get it on the brakes. So there is always consequences for doing something, but she will gain a massive amount of time down this next section of track. So let's go to this battle then. She's gaining, look at the time she's gained already on, she must be doing close to 180 miles an hour.
Yeah, she's really close at the moment.
And now she's pulled a gap to 0.2 of a second. So she was here the last lap around. So let's see if she doesn't make a mistake this time through this right-hander. It is a tough right-hander, it's very, very tight. Doesn't get it wrong this time. Let's see how she gets on. So she'll out-drag Skull towards the Porsche curves.
But Skull might be a bit more confident coming into those curves. So
he's gone wide.
Yeah, no,
just as you said that.
I've course it again. It's Suki catching really fast.
And you can see how hard it is to see now with the haze and the spray. It's getting very, very difficult to see, even though Skull has lights on, I think. It's just so hard to see them in the haze. So that's how difficult the conditions are currently. So Suki will close up once again. She's got to get this next section of corners right and just line up this move on Skull.
Yeah, if she gets a good exit, she can get it on the straight.
She's got a beautiful exit out of that last corner. Does a 4:13.7. You're about to see the move for the lead here in Le Mans. Skull goes defensive. Would she try and move around the outside? No, she had to back out of that one. I think wisely as well.
I think she's not going to risk it in this corner. I think on the straight she will get it.
Yeah, down the Mulsanne.
Speed she has, it's very likely.
And just seen that I think Red 15 just had the fast lap of the race over 4:12.1. Oh, she's gone off.
Ooh.
Just about kept it. I think she might have a penalty. Otherwise, well, she'll still gain a massive amount down the straight. So just watch this overspeed that you'll see versus Skull here. It's like opening DRS on an F1 car, except it doesn't exist here. So there's Skull. She's closing rapidly.
We cannot get the two cars in one shot, otherwise we could see it from overhead. But unfortunately,
there she is.
Yeah, there she is. Now the game allows it.
And doesn't get it wrong on the brakes this time. So as long as she gets the exit out of this next section, she might have him down this next section.
If it gets on the back of Lonnie at the same time.
Yeah, so I think we could see it forgets getting past Lonnie and maybe Suki getting past Skull. Let's see as they run down towards this next section. This could be potentially beaches within there. Oh, Skull! I think has he moved over or has he hit the wall?
He's hit the wall. He's gone into the left aquaplaning maybe. I think I saw him. He's made a jump to the left.
Skull's got past again. He's actually got past. I think Suki might have had to let him back through. Because either that or he went very defensive and just maybe misjudged it and hit the wall.
See Dan at the back of Albizane, not quite close enough, but if he gets him down, he's also having a battle.
A racing line can start being seen down the straights, by the way. Just update how it's getting driving.
Yeah, so you'll notice as these guys. Skull's gone deep! Skull has gone deep! And you'll notice down the straights, you'll see this dry line being formed down the straight.
Not yet though, you can still see a lot of spray. There's not really a dry line yet, but I think it will come really soon.
On certain sections you'll see it of course, but
Albizane is also into the pits at the same moment. But Suki is right on the back of Skull here.
Ooh, got on the grass a bit there on the way through Indianapolis. So let's see how she gets on. She's been trying for the past 2 or 3 laps to get past, but she's just been unable. Oh, there's a car on the wall there.
That's it for that.
Now what has happened there? He's clouded the wall on the way down the second part of the Mulsanne, just trying to get past Lonnie. But Lonnie, look at the straight line speed in the GTE. He's just going to get straight past again. So he's doing 280 kilometers an hour in the GTE. and he's just got straight back past again.
Maybe, if the dry line is already starting to form, if one wheel goes into the wet line and two wheels on the other side onto the dry line, you might just get a certain jerk to the left or to the right, without you knowing.
Yeah.
Suki on the back of Skull, really close, only 1/10.
Yeah, they're through the Porsche curves. Again, now 50 minutes to go. Now you can kind of see the drying of the track there. You can see certain areas being reflected off the asphalt. So here they go through the Corvette and Ford chicanes. Let's see if you can make it work this time.
See Lonnie, actually doesn't gotten past Lonnie again, but Lonnie might still be able to re-overtake him with the on the straights, and you can really see the dry line there on the first corner. So that's where the dry line really is visible, but on the Mulsanne I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah, certain areas having spray and certain parts not having, which is making it a little bit difficult for drivers to judge how the conditions are at the moment. With 50 minutes to go in this race, and Suki's still trying to find a way past, and Red 15 just hit a 4-minute 10.2, and he's catching up. He's been chipping away at the gap for the past couple of laps. He's now about 9 seconds away. But let's see if Suki can do it this time. She's 1/10 behind. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Suki alongside flashes her lights. And is this... Oh, there's contact on the Mulsanne. Oh, what a crash. A horrible crash on the Mulsanne. What on earth happened there?
It looked like Scald turned in on her on the straight. It looked like that. It looked like he turned to the left. Maybe he just gave her a slight bump and it all went wrong.
I have never seen a crash down the Mulsanne. That is Suki. She's going to be absolutely fuming with that one.
This plays into the hands of Red. If they both have a lot of damage, Red is now in a strong position of the rest of the race.
Yeah, I think apparently Skull hit a puddle.
If our main director can give us a replay on that, it would be nice.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that if possible in a minute. But
Red is at the back of her.
Yeah, she's lost her rear wing. You saw her there. Look, she's absolutely out of that race now. Oh, what a shame.
Red hit the back of her. I think Suki was weaving, of course, because of damage, and Red hit the back of her. So now the three leaders all have damage probably. And where's Signal? There's 33 seconds behind. If they have a lot of damage, Sig might even be able to get on the podium.
Yeah, Red 15, I think he's weaving. You can see him kind of dragging to the right on the straight. So what a shame.
Out of this race. She looks really good for the win actually. She was battling for the lead and it's all gone wrong.
Yeah, she's trying to nurse that car back to the pits. But what an absolute shame for her. It looked to be going so well for her, and then Sig will go past now to take P3 overall. And DJ Luke's actually right there now, so he'll come back into play.
It's a really big shame because I would have loved to see Suki at least on the podium. But this is a real shame. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It would need to be investigated of course, but on the straight, a really weird position.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Race just catch up to if the guys are catching up to Racy at the same time.
So you'll see, yeah, this is for position. This is for P7 overall and 4th in LMP3. So it forgets actually he's done well to get himself up this far, but he only has about 13 litres of fuel. Racy's gone a bit wide there, has the knowledge to keep himself out of the way, and keeps himself out of the way and lets it forget into P4 overall, but of course that'll change to P3 thanks to Suki with Thunderhead in as well for his stop. I don't think the leaders picked up too much damage because Skull is still going. Well, it's actually there's still
light.
Yeah, actually he is still dragging the car through the corners. I forgot how long the lap around here is. Skull, your leader takes damage. Has Red got damage as well?
Yes, he's going to pit.
In comes the leader. Has Red got damage as well, I wonder?
I would imagine so, because it was quite a hard hit with Suki. It was hard to see because of all the spray.
Oh, he's missed the pit lane. He's missed the pit lane. He's cut across the grass to get into the pit lane now. So that's going to be a little one to be investigated now. So in comes the two leaders, which means Sig Rosonigo is going to lead Le Mans in a GTE car. However, DJ Luke is right behind him.
It's all switched around. Now the battle for the lead goes between Sig and DJ Luke, and maybe if Scott and Red can come back up to the field, we will have an amazing fight for the lead. And if Sig can actually get onto the podium, the overall podium in GTE, it will be such an amazing achievement for him. But also quite lucky because, of course, there was a huge crash between the two leaders on the Multan Straight. Really weird incident. Something we will really have to look into.
Yeah, apparently Skull caught a puddle on that area of track and just lost that rear end, hit Suki, and that was it. And she's still, fair play to her, trying to get back to the pits, but that's going to be her race to her. That's going to be her race over, but she's going to keep going. As well, Hiker up into P3 in overall. So there's now 2 GTE cars on the overall podium currently, with 45 minutes to go.
Scott comes out again. Red is still in the pit. We might have had worse damage than we both thought. It gets up to 3rd in LMP3 standings.
So that has really helped him actually. He's kind of the biggest winner out of all this. So now
what do you say about DJ Luke? DJ Luke now has a shot for the win, actually, as well. If everything goes right for him.
Yeah, he was kind of nowhere for a little while, and now he finds himself up at the top. He's in the lead of LMP3 anyway, but this is going to be overall lead that he may be able to take away.
If we can get a replay up, if we could notify us of that. If there's a replay available of the crash between Tsuki and Scald, it would be amazing to see that.
See that back again, of course, yes. We'll see if we can maybe work that. So, let's see. Sig, you can see, has a lot of straight line speed, and just DJ Luke hasn't been able to catch up. You'll see he'll catch up through the corners. Track's still very wet around that area of track.
You can really see on the main straight though, really dry line comparing. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. As I think DJ Luke's about to lap a car here, that's going to be Albizane. Here comes the first car to be lapped, actually, I believe, in Le Mans here. So, Red 15 coming up to the back of Lonnie. He's trying to recover after all that.
Yeah, so it should be no real big deal for him. But of course the GTE cars are really strong on the straights, so you'll never know. Thunderhead goes past Tsuki as well now.
She's still driving on, trying to get that car back. I have to pay my
respects to her because, of course, a whole lap of the Lassart with that car, it's really an astonishing achievement.
She's made it back to the pits at least, so. And there is Red 15 getting past Lonnie, and that's all said and done. No oh dear, oh dear, he's lost it. Now he's done this a lot of times. He did it in Long Beach a couple of times, and he's now done it about 3 times here in Le Mans. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Duki comes across into the pit lane, and she'll continue on, of course. So fair play to her. Mad respect. DJ Luke about a second behind Sig now. So, don't think we're too far away from a move for the overall lead here. And you'll see DJ Luke taking the lead of the overall class here. He's already in the lead of LMP3 by about 40 seconds.
So he's had a penalty, maybe for speeding in the pit lane. 10 seconds.
Yeah, speeding in the pit lane. So here we go, DJ Luke right up behind Sig now. And this should be relatively easy, although we keep mentioning it. GTE, great straight line speed. So let's see if Sig can hold DJ Luke behind them. It's Italian on Dane action. So let's see how this gets on. You see Sig's already pulling away a little bit down the straight, so I don't think DJ Luke's going to get this move done at all. Even though he's doing 280 kilometers an hour, Sig is probably topping out around 290.
Yeah,
Let's
283 kilometers an hour, DJ Luke.
And that was him hitting the rev limiter as well, so the GTE car very, very quick in a straight line.
The red stop past Lonnie in the meantime.
It forgets in the pits as well.
Yeah, that's a scheduled pit stop, I imagine.
Yeah, because we're on pretty much at the halfway point.
And Suki is still in the pits. Really a lot of damage on that car, of course. It was a really hot crash.
Yeah, she had 2 separate crashes pretty much ended up with all that damage. Oh, DJ Luke.
Yeah, really sliding to the second Mulsanne chicane.
Yeah. This will be, of course, a massive boost for him and his team. Their team, I think, lies 3rd, just behind Razy and Dan. Did he just lose a part of his car there? I saw something come off.
I didn't see anything.
I think I saw something come off and reattach itself. I don't know. Oh, he's lost it into the gravel.
Into the gravel. Didn't beach it though.
No.
But he's giving Sig a very good chance.
Yeah, so although Sig has only got about 7 liters of fuel.
Yeah, he has to pit this lap. I don't think he will make another lap with this kind of fuel.
And we were mentioning earlier, can we just check DJ Luke's fuel level? Just to see if he's going to manage to get to the end on that fuel.
Not quite sure.
He's going to be able to.
I don't think so. I think he has a pit as well. And Hiker behind, 26, he has a pit as well then. Yeah, we have the first lap cars, not the first, but some lap cars I think. I'll be saying.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
track's over here, mate. That's the roundabout. You gotta, that was Skull. Hello, Skull. Everybody's getting caught up by that corner now. Oh, he spun it, and a 360, very nicely done. Saved it and kept the throttle in and kept it going. But
kept it going. You can't get on the throttle.
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong with that car. It seems to be crabbing in a straight line. He cannot get on the throttle at all.
He does have traction control enabled though, so it's really weird.
There he goes, got going eventually.
Impatience.
That was interesting.
Something is
completely dry, by the way.
He might have a glitch on his car because even on the straights he's really struggling. Razy got past.
Yeah.
He might have a glitch on his car.
Oh dear, he's in the wall. So that there's something. I don't know. That's Sig in. So DJ Luke will take the lead of Le Mans for the first time. Well, actually for the second time. Now where is this going to bring Sig out?
I'll be saying, yeah, it's not done good for him. It'll be interesting to see because of course if he spins.
It might be rear end damage. Not sure. Seems a very strange issue.
Because if he spins in front of someone else, it might be a dangerous situation.
Absolutely, yeah. Because he's 52 seconds down on his best lap. Or sorry, well there's a a second off for Lonnie, but yeah. So where's this going to bring out Sieg with his pit stop? Okay, very close there between himself. Hiker is actually going to take over the lead of GTE as a result.
Scald as well. Scald has got faults as well.
Yeah, Skull's right there actually, but he's 42 seconds behind the leader of LMP3. So Skull is pushing very hard indeed. So he's got to now get past the Swedish driver who just got married. So let's see how he's going to get this.
Not too bad into the way.
Okay, I've just heard over the radio that replays are down. Skull goes around the... Oh, dear, there's contact! Well saved by Skull and gets the move done. So, heart and mouth at the moment. But, yeah, we just heard over the intercom that replays are down, so we won't be able to get a replay. But there's, yeah, Sig right up behind. But yeah, no, Hiker's going to get back past again. Look at the speed. And Sig gets past as well. Look, to 180 miles an hour for the BMW. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to go down the inside for the lead. Oh, there's contact. Now this is getting a bit messy. So Skull should be able to take this on the exit of the corner. But now we're going to have a titanic battle for second place. This is for the lead of GTE, but Skull just wants to get past to try and chase after DJ Luke, but all this is allowing DJ Luke to get further ahead. But the GTE cars are just pulling away from Skull down the straight. He's got no straight line speed in that car. I think Sig might be looking. No.
Too far back. You see Skull, of course, this is his section, the corners. This is where the LMP makes a much difference.
Absolutely, but as soon as he gets on the power and tries to get in the slipstream, there is just where the BMW just starts to pull away, and he just cannot do anything about it.
But of course, the next two sectors will be Skull's domain. So, what will happen here? Because of course, he will not.
Oh, there he goes. He goes around the outside of that right-hander, but is it going to get a little bit tight for space? Oh, there's contact between Hiker and Skull, and Sig capitalizes and goes through. Skull goes through past Hiker, and that was all. There's no way you could go 3 wide down that straight, and that just demonstrated exactly why.
But of course, Skull was also side by side with who was it again? Side by side to the whole sector.
Yeah, he was excited with DJ Luke actually.
Yeah,
so,
DJ Luke well.
Oh, Sig's off. Sig is off on the gravel. So
yeah, you can see the speed difference. Hiker's gone off.
Yeah, it's a Hiker. I think maybe just trying to.
It's raining.
I'm just thinking about a pit stop now. It's raining again. It's raining again.
Good spot from our Ford spotter.
Sponsored by Liberty Insurance. That's a NASCAR joke. But yeah, Skull now trying to get past Sig. He has gone a bit wide. DJ Luke out front, of course, with half an hour to go, roughly.
Yeah, Skull is really catching up in this sector.
Yeah, this is where the GTE car... apparently, our spotter has just told us that a couple of drivers have actually opted for the soft, dry tyres, which isn't the best choice when it's raining, let's just say. So they may have just had a mare of a strategy there. So here we go. Skull should catch up nicely through this section, but Sig looking very good in that BMW nonetheless. But Skull gets a great exit out of that last corner. He's going to pull alongside. But once Sig gets on the power, that M6 will start to pull away a little bit. Skull has just got to try and do it on the brakes, but Sig is already ahead. He just cannot get past. And this is the nature of Le Mans.
He was of course on the dry racing line, so he had quite a big advantage over Skull.
Exactly. Hiker in the pit lane for his stop puts Red up into P4 overall, and P3 in LMP3, but we're keeping with this battle for P2 overall. So let's see if Skull back out of that one, probably wisely as well. So Sig will get a huge overspeed down this straight. Skull has just got to try and do it on the brakes. And you'll see how quick this GTE is.
Corner, by the way.
So we've got 3 drivers in the pit lane, Hiker, Razy and Lonnie all in for their stops.
Looks like Razy has jumped Hiker. Hiker's got a long stop.
Yeah, he has. He had to get held.
Ooh,
no, he hasn't. Front. Just about got out in front. So let's see then. Skull trying and see if he can get past Sig. Hasn't been able to still. So Razy trying.
Razy will now try to get past Hiker as soon as possible. Yeah. You can just see how much he loses on the straight.
Yeah, I think he opted for being quick in the Porsche curves rather than being quick down the straights. Doesn't seem to be working for him too well. But it does work, would probably maybe work for him better in the wet, but it seems to be working that well for him now. Razy, can he try and get past Hiker as well? We'll see the straight line speed in the GTE. So we're coming up to the sector that's Skull's forte, kind of. The LMP3 with the wider wheelbase and all the aero gizmos on it will have superior downforce through that sector. There's Razy closing up to the back of Hiker. Goes a bit deep though, so that won't help his exit.
Skull lost a lot of time to Sig there actually. Maybe with a straight line, but he's lost a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was in a straight line or just on the exit of the corner. That's a lot of time to lose. Through Indianapolis.
Still behind Ronnie, Hiker, I must say. But he's also losing a lot of time on the straights.
Yeah, he is.
GTE a bit better on the straights, but the LMP absolutely demolishes GTE in the corners.
So we have under half an hour to go in Le Mans. We have 14 laps completed and DJ Luke is in. Finally, he had to come in at some point. He's come in actually quite early for his fuel because he knew he couldn't go much longer. So these guys are coming through the Porsche curves. I think this might be just fuel and go for our leader. And there you see how much Skull gains through the Porsche curves, but just cannot get past. And of course this is not helping Skull in this chase of DJ Luke. So I wonder how tight this will be. If DJ Luke is still in his pit box. I think DJ Luke is on his way out of the pit lane.
Yeah, let's see where he rejoins. Yeah, he's on his way.
I think Skull might just get him. He's on the way out to the exit. There they go. Sig takes the lead again in Le Mans, and DJ Luke comes out just behind Skull. So it hasn't quite worked, but of course this battle will allow. Oh, Sig's lost it! Sig's lost it at the crucial moment where DJ Luke needed him to hold him, and he eventually loses the back end. There's Red 15. Where has he come out of? He's been going really quickly versus these guys. He's been 7 seconds a lap quicker than them. So
working. Yeah, here we go.
So Skull back in the lead. DJ Luke in P2, Sig in P3, and Red 15 right up behind them now.
It's believed the weather was glitched and should not have rained again, by the way, so it's been moved over.
So here we go, Red 15 alongside Sig, but we know how quick that GTE car is in a straight line, and there you can see it. Pulls in front and starts to pull away down the straight. And we did hear that the weather was not supposed to rain again. It wasn't supposed to rain again, so we've had another Project Cars 2 glitch where the weather has looped back on itself, or somebody has set the weather wrong.
It all makes things a lot more interesting, because this might be a very interesting glitch, because of course the drivers are not used to this, they have not trained for this, so it will come as a surprise for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So Red 15's just not able to compete with that GTE car in a straight line. He's going to have to think about doing it on the brakes, and there he goes down the inside versus his teammate and into P3.
Yeah, Sig is not going to hold them up too much, because of course they're teammates. They have to get as much points as possible as a team, so they should not get each other in the way too much.
Well, they're about to score a lot more today. Brazy's still unable to get past Hiker. Hiker's actually pulled a gap on him. So struggling there. DJ looked just up the road there. Looks like he's kind of struggling to try and maybe warm the tyres up. But he has pulled time on Skuld. He's only 2 seconds behind the leader.
Only 2 seconds, yes. And Skuld is back into the lead again.
And Red 15 is coming quick.
And also quite astonishing, because of course Skuld had a massive shunt with Tsuki. Tsuki being the more unluckiest.
Yeah, she could have been right up here had she not had that crash with Skuld. Oh, Red 15, I think he's just lagging a bit there. Oh, Skull's gone wide. Skuld has gone wide. Of course, DJ Luke on fresh tyres and some fresh fuel in there. There is, I can't see that. Is that Ink Forgets on the side of the road there? I'm not quite sure. Yes, it is.
Massive damage on that car.
Yeah. So is DJ Luke about to take the lead?
And again, we have a titanic battle between these two. They've already put up a show in the beginning of the race. Will they do it now again, with 2/3 gone in the race?
Yeah, so it's turning out to be almost a 3-way battle for the lead, as Red 15 is just behind them.
Maybe even a 4-way, because don't count on Sig again. Just how that Sig has been battling with these LMP cars since the beginning, and in the GTE car. So it's astonishing what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, there is the top 3 in the LMP3 and the leader of GTE just behind. 24 minutes to go, and we are about to have a battle on our hands here in Le Mans. Skuld 1.4 clear of DJ Luke, but DJ Luke has got Red 15 all in his mirrors.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Yeah, Red 15 is pushing very hard. He took pole position, lost out to a spin, so let's see if he can redeem himself. There's DJ. Oh, he's still gone. DJ Luke's gone wide. He's have to cut the corner, so he's gonna maybe have to back off there, unless he got lucky and just lifted off the accelerator. But now he's got to keep Red 15 behind. Meanwhile,
it's made it into the pits.
Yeah, there he is. Huge damage. So back to the battle when all this is allowing Skuld to just eke out a little more of a gap. Here he comes, Red 15 in the slipstream. Topping out on the rev limiter. Here comes the Italian down the inside of the Dane to take P2 in Le Mans. Is he going to get that move done? Yes, he is on the brakes. Will he make it to the corner? No, he won't, because he'll spin the car. Once again, for the 4th time today, he spins the car. So, I'm not sure. I think he's just being way too audacious on the brakes. And DJ Lux holds on to that 2nd place.
I think he might have just hit a puddle, because it was of course on the outside. He drifted to the outside, and on the outside there's a lot of water.
DJ Luke did a good job to avoid hitting Red. So
He did a really good job to do that. But Red, it looked like he's catching right up. Scald is disconnected.
Skull's gone! Oh no, he's disconnected, putting DJ Luke into the lead of Le Mans with 22 minutes to go. Oh, what a shame for Scald. Led almost the entire race.
That's a huge disappointment. He didn't deserve that. I mean, he did a really good race, and to go out like that, it's just ridiculous.
Nobody deserves to lose by disconnection, and that is a real shame for him.
Unfair. I always compare it with an engine failure or a car failure. You can't do anything about it, and it happens randomly. And it's a real big shame because of course it's really sad. Yeah.
God may have had his internet cable pulled out because he went back online straight away.
But now, okay, apparently there might have just been a little error from Scald himself. He might have just pulled out his internet cable and then put it straight back in. So, a real shame. On for a possible victory, but now has lost that chance. Now, of course, if these guys start to battle and they have a problem, then Sig will pick up the pieces.
Now, Sig is almost sure of a podium, overall podium for GTE, because Hiker is 1 minute behind, and Sig is showing really good pace, so he is already on the podium if everything goes right for him.
And that's incredible to even at Le Mans as well, to have a GTE on the overall podium.
Yeah, and also Hiker is doing a good job. He's also up there.
He's in second in GTE, so he's doing a good job. But now Red 15 trying to recover from his little mishap. Thunderhead gets out of the way as best he can. 20 minutes to go. And here we go. This will be a good result for DJ Luke anyway. He's on for a podium in LMP3. And it'd be nice to see him up there on that podium. Oh, he's within half a second now. I sense a move coming very shortly. Gets the exit. But maybe, perhaps he'll try the same thing down the Mulsanne again. But the last time he tried it, of course, he lost the back end. So he gets a nice run through that little section, coming up to Tetra Rouge. Needs the exit out of here as well to get the momentum. And DJ Luke got a very poor exit there. So here comes Red 15 to take the lead of Le Mans. And look at DJ Luke squeezing him to the barrier there for a second. And let's see, Red 15 has got past into the lead. DJ Luke might come back at him though if he can get that slipstream back again. He has caught on to that slipstream. So let's see if DJ Luke can come back in and perhaps on the brakes. Are we going to see a little cheeky move from the Dane down the inside? No, he backs out of it. So Red 15 into the lead here in Le Mans for the first time today.
Yeah, now he did make it stick. Nice move from him, and he also kept it in the corner. So good move from him. But DJ Luke has not given up yet. So I think he will be back on his tail right away.
Yeah. So he's getting a slipstream, and he is closing back up to him. You can just about see him through the spray. And he thinks about a little dive down the inside into the braking zone. Oh, that was a bit close. So he will keep trying. But I think Red 15 will now try and start to pull away. 17 minutes to go. It is raining quite heavy down that straight there.
It's raining really heavily actually. I think even more than the start of the race.
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining heavily in certain sections, and then in some sections it's barely raining at all. Oh, Red 15! He's lost it again for the 5th time! So back into the lead goes DJ Luke. What does Red 15 have to do to stop spinning?
SharePlay has to be refreshed, and I'm going for a real quick bathroom break. So we'll be back in less than 1 minute.
Okay, so SharePlay has to be stopped, and I will now be blind for a few seconds while I reconnect. And I will keep an eye on the battle between these guys as Vector vacates.
May have been caused by a dry setup.
Interesting point actually over the radio.
I will be right back. We will look at this battle for the moment being, because this seems to be the most important going on the track right now.
Yep, battle for the lead in LMP3. You're seeing one of the closest battles we've had all season. In the last few minutes of the race, 16 minutes to go. Sig 14 seconds back, ready to pick up the pieces if these guys have a problem. Everything back within a couple of tenths of a second. Everything that they might be saying he has a dry setup on, which might be affecting his drive out of the corners. So that might be a reason as to why he's suffering so much and spinning. 15 minutes to go. Roughly about another 4 laps of Le Mans to finish.
I have returned.
Well, you missed nothing at all. These guys didn't swap positions at all.
But Red is still right on the back of him.
Yeah. Oh, he spun it again!
Again!
6 spins! And now DJ Luke goes 3 seconds clear. 4 seconds clear, almost 5 seconds. Everything, he must be so frustrated.
Also last week, Red has a lot of spins. And this reminds me of myself. In the third season of GP3, I had a lot of spins as well. Really mysterious spins with the engine brake. Maybe you might be experiencing the same problems.
Yeah, absolutely. So just like you took a bathroom break, I'm also going to take a bathroom break. Less than a minute, be back in a second.
Alright. Well, it's all settled down now. Everyone is in a very big gap now. At least 5 seconds. Sig is 14 seconds behind Red. And the gaps are really big. Red, Racy might be able to catch up to Hiker still. Only 6 seconds. And of course Racy is in a GTE car, LMP car, and you might be able to overtake Hiker in the end of the race. Lonnie, he's in no man's land at the moment. 42 seconds behind Racy, and 54 ahead of Dan.
And we are back.
Yeah, I was just telling everyone the massive gaps in the fields, by the way. 20 seconds, 1 minute, 55 seconds, 50 seconds, it's real big gaps. But Racy is quite close to Hiker and can't catch up. And of course it's not over between Red and DJ Luke yet.
And also, can we mention as well, Racy's on the LMP3 podium again. He's in 3rd in LMP3. He finished there last week, he's about to finish there again.
Yes, indeed.
So he seems to like starting kind of around the back and just watching people make mistakes and pick up the pieces and come back through.
Maybe he doesn't deliver it, maybe to
avoid start line incidents, maybe.
It doesn't really matter because he will start in the middle either way, because he was last in LMP, but still he was in front of the GTE cars.
No, I'm not sure. It'd be such a great sight to see if DJ Luke can take a victory here, because I don't know, I don't think DJ Luke actually has a victory in GAVRA racing at all.
Okay, sure, might have had an academy.
I'd have to get that confirmed, but I don't think DJ Luke has a victory in championship at least
Yeah, we have to know before the end of the race because it will be quite a big moment.
That'd be a huge moment. Red 15. Alright. Alright, so we have just had to confirm he has a podium in Academy but no wins. So this is an absolutely huge day for DJ Luke if he can pull this off. But Red 15, a very experienced member of GAVRA Racing, plenty of wins to his name as well. Yeah, 7 wins. Very experienced. Is now back within 9/10 of a second. So 11 minutes, 11 and a half minutes to go here in Le Mans. The battle for the lead is still on.
It does look like Red has a better pace than DJ Luke.
Yeah, but he just can't seem to keep his car in a straight line. That's the only problem. And DJ Luke is just making sure he stays consistent and keeping those lap times.
DJ Luke has got 2 wins.
Aha, so he actually has 2 wins to his name, does DJ Luke. That's for clarification there.
9 podiums, 1 team title, and 11 races, so really good stats.
Yeah, some good stats for him there. Of course,
and Red has had 79 races, 1 driver title, 2 team titles, 8 wins, 25 podiums, and 5 pole positions.
Yeah,
and
a massively experienced driver.
Side by side with DJ Luke, and he's taking the lead.
There he goes down the main straight. Down Le Mans Stanley takes the lead once again. DJ Luke dives back into the slipstream. This is almost deja vu. He did this a lap ago. DJ Luke gets the slipstream back again. Can he try a move down the inside? Red 15's going to go late on the brakes. DJ Luke going to stick one down the inside, and they're going to come to blows. What a move from DJ Luke. Lovely stuff from the Dane, and takes the lead back from Red 15. Oh, he gets on the puddle. There's a puddle there. Yeah, that's the puddle.
We've seen Forgets do that once, and I think also Skulls before.
Yeah. So, let's see. Back in the slipstream goes Red 15. Will he try another nip down the inside into this next? Oh, they've hit a puddle. He's hit the puddle again, but keeps it out of the wall just about.
Yeah, I think he hit the wall really hard. Jerk to the left.
Wow, wow.
Not quite sure. It's really dangerous. It's really dangerous conditions. Yeah, you can see a broken window.
He's had that all race. Actually, he's had that broken side window for quite a lot of the race. But wow, just the puddles are just playing havoc with the drivers. And DJ Luke holds on for now. And there goes Red 15 again. He's lost it.
7th time now?
Yes, 7 times.
It wasn't a real big spin this time, but still, he lost the back end again. But I'm going to say this. I think we will see the closest finish in GAVRA Racing for a long time, because this is a real cracker of a race.
Absolutely. And it's great to see it at a track so big and so long. The drivers are so close together at the dying stages. 8.5 minutes left to run in Le Mans.
I think maybe at max 2 laps more.
Yeah, should be another either lap and a half or 2 laps to go then. Oh, he's lost it again! Oh, that's surely it over. It's just sheer frustration now for Red 15.
I might have just jinxed it. This might not be the closest finish in GAVRA Racing ever, but still a really cracker of a race, and maybe Red has the better pace, because you can see he's catching right back up.
But just can't hold the car together.
Of course, consistency is key. DJ Luke might be a bit slower, but he is way more consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. We just got confirmation that Red 15 did hit the wall, but I don't think it affected his drive too much.
And
Forget's back in
Ray
it.
at the back, we're also having a battle brewing up. It Forgets has catch right back up to Albi.
Oh, he's gone from the top to the bottom, really, from a win in Long Beach. She's just trying to get past Albizane to get into 10th overall.
Actually, where's Suki in all this?
She's in 9th, actually.
She's still running. She's still running. Really good job from her.
So Albizane trying to hold on versus It Forgets down the straight, and It Forgets gets well past there.
Yeah, nice clean move, no shenanigans, and it might be. I do think they're teammates, are they?
I believe so. Yes, I think so. No, It Forgets and Hiker are teammates. Sorry.
It Forgets and Hiker. So
yeah,
Albizane and I'm not quite sure with who.
Yeah, my phone died, so I can't see.
Ah. I'm not quite sure anymore. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna guess. Otherwise, I will just look stupid.
Yeah. I think Red might have spun again.
We had 9 seconds now.
Yeah, because he brought it down to 7, and it's now back up to 9.
I'm gonna check up who is the teammate of Albizane.
Yeah.
Because of course we have to look at the team standings, not the individual drivers.
Yeah, it is just a full-on team championship, not a driver's championship.
But look, Red was up to 6 seconds behind him again. Might be just a bit glitchy because he's 8 seconds now again, so it might be that the counting is a bit wrong. But I do think Red is catching up.
He is still catching up, and I think after this we are just going to have a singular lap to run around Le Mans before DJ Luke can take.
Actually,
potentially.
Albizane's teammate is DJ Luke in the lead.
Aha, so this will be a massive boost for them.
Yeah, it's Mark Motorsport. They're currently 5th in the standings, and Thunderhead has hit the wall somewhere because he has a loose front bumper.
And that was for position between himself and Suki.
Yeah, Suki goes past, up to 8th place. It doesn't matter for the team standings though, because they are teammates.
Yeah.
So for the standings it doesn't matter, but Tsuki up to 8th again after being absolutely obliterated on the straight in a massive shunt with Scald.
Was battling for the lead. And,
yeah, I think she and also Scald deserve way more in this race. It's gone from bad to worse for them.
This could have been a through battle between the lot of them.
Four-way maybe. Four-way with Scald
yeah.
and also Tsuki involved.
Yeah, what might have been. But yeah, we're gonna have one lap to run after this. You see the clock ticks down below 4 minutes. So once the drivers get to the line, the countdown begins, and the next flag they see will be the checkered flag. And at this point in time, we will put it to the chat. We will ask you, who do you think, in your opinion, is the driver of the day? And there is a lot of candidates, I think, for this drive today, for driver of the day today. I don't know who I'd choose personally, but DJ Luke, he's just driven so well. He's just been the most consistent. Kind of looked a bit out of it in the middle of the race, kind of in no man's land. Made an early pit stop, and then suddenly came out in this battle between himself and Red 15. Managed to keep himself in front as Red 15 kept making mistakes, and for me, he is the driver of the day.
I do think I have to share on that opinion. Also, thumbs up to Sig being on the podium, on the professional podium. Oh yeah, I did it again. I did it again.
Da, 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 da.
There's a comfortable lead to Hiker though, so I do not think he'll be in danger right away. But still, he's still up in the podium, and a real thumbs up to him. He's also a candidate for my driver of today, but I do think I have to give it to DJ Luke. He came from absolutely nowhere into the lead.
Yeah, so we've had kind of two unlikely victors in the last two races in It Forgets and this man, DJ Luke. I didn't really think he'd be taking victory after all this, after the pit stops and all that, but he came through and profited from an unfortunate disconnection for Skuld and Red 15's mistakes. And again, yeah, I would agree on Sig as well. About to go on the overall podium in P3 and win GTE, but this is the last lap in Le Mans.
Let's see, it's not over yet though. It's always over. To finish first, you first have to finish, and DJ Luke is not finished yet. And neither is Red, and neither is Sig, and neither is anyone actually. So, do not draw the conclusions yet. Everything can still change. Unlikely though, but you never know.
Yeah,
we've seen crazier stuff happen.
Yeah, we've seen last lap disconnections. So let's hope nothing happens like that. But we're coming to the end now. DJ Luke just has to be focusing and making sure he makes no mistakes. He's got to be overcautious almost to make sure he gets that car across the line. Same for all these drivers. The clock counts down below 1 minute. Alright, and coming over the radio once again, we believe that according to the chat, the official winner of Driver of the Day is DJ Luke, so congratulations to him. He is Driver of the Day for round 4 here at Le Mans. 30 seconds left to go. And you see how cautiously he's taking that corner. Red 15, he's catching very quickly. He's still pushing very hard. He's not giving up.
I think Red must be pushing himself in the head, punching himself in the head at the moment, because he turned away himself with those spins, and really unlucky for him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the race is over, and only a few more corners remaining for DJ Luke.
And this is spectacular. On his way to take his 3rd victory in his GAVRA racing career. And hopefully many more to come for the Danish driver here. Iran's the right-hander there, about to approach the Porsche curves for the last time. There's Dan flashing his lights, and he flashes in, thanking him for letting him through, and Dan just giving him a little celebratory flash there. Coming up to the Porsche curves for the last time then. DJ Luke, here we are on board with the man who is about to take an unlikely victory here in Le Mans. Battling for the lead earlier on. Had a lovely side-by-side moment all the way down to Indianapolis alongside Skuld. Skuld disconnected. Had a battle with Red 15 for a couple of laps. Red 15 couldn't hold it together and kept spinning with that car. But through it all, DJ Luke has come through, made that early pit stop, and made it work thanks to all their problems. So coming through the Corvette curves and through the Ford chicane for the last time, it's going to be DJ Luke who's going to win multi-class round 4 in Le Mans, the rerun, and he wins officially. What a race from the Danish driver. Red 15 picks up P2, and that's going to be a huge boost in points for himself and Sig, who is about to win the GTE class for Team Stars and Stripes. Another almost dominant performance from them again today. So the Italian puts on another fantastic drive. There he is, coming to the final Porsche curves.
Yeah, it's a win for Mark Motorsport, by the way. I do think it's the first win of the season, so
it is.
You're starting to see.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. Guys taking the first win. There's Sig coming through the final corner to win the GTE class in Le Mans. He's happy. You can see the way he took the last corner across the line, takes the win in the GTE class.
and third overall, not to forget. And he overclassed everyone in the GTE class today, and it's a really strong drive from him.
And not to forget this man, Hiker. He has got penalised. He will get penalised for his car choice because he's supposed to be driving a Ferrari, not a Porsche. So he's done that, but he's going to be happy. He's going to take second in GTE today. So a great result for him and for his team, LGR Motorsports. Got married yesterday. So he's about to make another great day for himself and the team. Across the line, Hiker takes P2 in GTE in Le Mans.
Also a really strong drive from him, second in GTE, and this will also give the team another boost after, of course, they lost all their points due to the car change.
And what can you say about this man? He just likes to start last. He comes across the line, He takes another third position for RUR ART in LMP3. He takes third in LMP3. So another great drive from him. I think it's actually going to be Lonnie who picks up third in GTE. So another great drive from him. And fourth for Thunderhead in GTE. So that's another great job from him for his team. Beauty and the Beast recovering some dignity from today. There is your official finish there. DJ Luke wins round 4 in Le Mans. Red 15 P2. Sigurd Onigo wins GTE with Hiker of Sweden second in GTE and fourth overall. Razy in P3 and LMP3. Lonnie in P3 in GTE. Dan takes P4 in GTE. Tsuki ended up taking P4 in LMP3 and 8th in overall. 5th for Thunderhead in GTE and 9th overall. It forgets P10, and Alvi Zane will round out the grid today. So that is going to be it for round 4. This was the rerun of Le Mans, which was supposed to happen a couple of weeks ago. So we're glad you joined us for today. We're back to full schedule next week with GT4, GT3, LMP3. We will see you next time, man. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining this amazing race, and see you next time. Goodbye.